Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what time it is. We have to talk about today's episode. It was okay, but we still have to talk about it, So I'm going to give it a couple minutes. Excuse me. And then we'll talk about what happened today on The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful. Hey, Aisha. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing today? It's Taco Tuesday. How are you guys? Hey, Tommy. Hey, Jenny. Hey, Vicky. Welcome in. I'm going to give it a couple minutes and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. All right, let's go. All right, so welcome you guys. We got to talk about today's episode. Good afternoon, Jacqueline, Keita, Cynthia, Tommy, Delmonica, T.A., Melissa Spencer, Patricia Jones. Welcome you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this. We're going to talk about Y&R first. And if I had to give a grade on today's episode, I would probably once again give it a C. The only thing I was excited about in today's episode was this whole situation with Phyllis getting that COO position over at Abbott Chancellor. But everything else with Devon and Abby, that little confrontation that Phyllis had with them in today's episode, okay, it was typical. I'll just say that. And make sure you guys hit that like button. You guys, come on, come on, come on. You know the drill. Hey, Angela, David. So, that whole thing to me, I guess it prepares us for, of course, coming for the fall. The wedding of Devon and Abby, that's coming up. Okay, fine. Whatever. We had Connor, all up in grown folks' business once again. And it's like, is somebody going to set boundaries with this kid? This kid does not have the right to know everything that's going on and trying to puzzle together his parents' romantic relationships. That does not make sense to me at all. And I'm like, Adam, why are you even having this conversation with I'm assuming he's probably maybe like 10, 11. And it's like, why are you having this conversation where your son has to go on a fact-finding mission about your love life and his mother's love life? You need to take several seats. It's just, I don't know. These kids are highly entitled, and it's like, why? You don't owe him an explanation about what you were doing in your relationship. So, Mom broke up with Billy at the same time that you broke up with Sally. What's going on with that? And he had to say several times, it's not about me. It's not about you, Connor. It has nothing to do with you. Yeah, but just something is off that you guys are not telling me. They're not supposed to tell you, little boy. They're not supposed to tell you. Do you think that if they told you, by the way, me and your mom, we actually had sex in Baltimore. Ooh, sorry, YouTube. I hope you don't limit me on that one. We actually did the do in Baltimore when we came to visit you. Our current boyfriend and girlfriend find out about it, and they broke up with us. Are you ready to handle that kind of truth, Connor? Even at 13 years old, Jacqueline says he's 13. That ain't none of your business. Because for whatever he's trying to find out is TMI to their son. He don't need to know what happened. They got to fix that. All he has to worry about the fact is, look, we're not together with our significant others. There's a lot going on right now. All we're concerned about is your mental health. And let's do that. Yeah, exactly, Cheryl. Connor should stay in his place. Exactly. Well, that's the thing. At Brooklyn, you say you think Connor has the right to know why people are being cut out of his life, maybe not the whole story. They're not technically cut out of his life, because Billy is still going to spend time with him every now and then. It's just not like before. But I don't think he's ready for that answer. Because the hardcore truth of the answer is that his parents slept together and their now exes didn't like it. And in my opinion, 13, 12, 6, I don't think they're ready for that conversation. No. But what we did also hear, Connor says, things, it was good with you and Sally, but I think you and Mom might be even better. So now he's on a matchmaking mission. He's on a matchmaking mission at this point. So he went from digging into their business only to say, hey, why don't you guys maybe consider, maybe rethinking you guys' relationship? We were great as a family. Which that part don't surprise me. Because there are kids who want their parents back together. But the rest of that conversation, that ain't none of your business, little boy. Go sit down. Exactly, Jules. He don't have a right to know about anything that's going on in their romantic life. Now, even as parents, sometimes if, you're going through a divorce, you sit down with the kids and say, hey, this is what the deal is, but you don't go into details that somebody stepped out and cheated or somebody did something egregious. That's just not, and a lot of times kids are adults way into their adulthood when they find out exactly maybe what happened with their parents. So, we also had this whole thing with Daniel. So they let us, we got the spoiler for today's episode, which was the whole situation that Sharon was supposed to clear the air. And actually that spoiler was very literal. But it was also very fake because she's fighting that part of herself where we got Cameron Kirsten telling her, you got to do this. And obviously Cameron Kirsten is not here, but it's a figment of her imagination. And he's saying, this is the time. You must do this now. Don't wait on it. But she's trying to fight herself, which is why I put that in the title of this video, that Sharon is fighting herself. Because there's this other part of herself that's like, you know what? Yeah, Daniel, leave. Go out of town. Make it easy for me. Because I'm telling you, if you stick around here, I might have to split your wig. And I don't want to have to do that. So maybe you should listen to Heather and take leave and head out of the country so you won't get hurt. So there's this fight. And so, Cameron Kirsten was like, whoa. You don't want that to happen. You know what needs to be done. Yeah, you might not like it, but it got to be done, and it got to be done now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think the culmination of this storyline is probably the middle of next week as we head into the 30th anniversary for Sharon Case, which includes the, I'm thinking of maybe close to the finale of this storyline, which I would be okay with that. Shout out to Sharon Case for doing 30 years with The Young and the Restless, so I'm not going to take that away from her. That's a lot of work, and she's been with the show for a very long time, so kudos to her. However, writers, this storyline with bloody Cameron Kirsten walking around being a figment of her imagination, yeah, I'm not, Let's just see it through for another week or so, and we'll see how it all ends. Hopefully it's a good ending to this thing, but at this point, I'm like, I'm ready for it to be over. Nick comes in. He's wondering what the French toast is going on, but obviously, Sharon tried to fake saying, oh no, I'm just clearing the air. I'm apologizing to Daniel. We're all good. And of course, by the time Nicholas got home, he was telling Mariah and Faith, like, yeah, she was clearing the air with Daniel. But I picked up on a different edgier, which was the word he used, edgier undertone with what she was saying. There was something dark about how she was trying to justify their meeting. So, yeah, I mean, kudos. Like you say, Jacqueline, she's rocking out the storyline. She can only act out what the writers give her. And she's been doing it like a champ for 30 years. I just don't like the storyline. I just don't. I mean, and I think a lot of it is because of the fact that we've had multiple mental health storylines over the last year. I think probably like 5 of them. We had Ashley's DID. We had the, Claire trying to come out of the brainwashing situation with Jordan. We had Nikki and her alcoholism. We had Connor and the situation with OCD. And now we got her bipolar situation happening. I mean, it was back to back to back to back to back for the last year and a half. We need some. Y'all took away the romance and gave us more mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, congrats to Sharon. She's rocking it out, but we need to move this. We need to move this forward. Maybe they'll give us a big ending to this, and I'll be okay with that. Yeah. And then we can't forget about Chelsea making Billy some oatmeal cookies. Billy, like, I don't want them cookies. You slept with Adam. Don't think a can of cookies is going to, make me feel better and smooth things over. And he was like, I don't know if I can forgive you. Now, you guys know where I stand when it comes to Billy Abbott. All 4 of them. Because all 4 of them have been in the same position. And like I said about Chelsea and Billy, if I was Chelsea, hey Mari, if I was the writers, I would have had Chelsea write up a clapback for her. And when Billy was doing all his sanctimonious, I don't want to, if it was anybody else, maybe, but it was Adam. If I was Chelsea, I would have rewrote her line like this, and I'm about to flip the script. I would have said, okay, you know what? I need to say something. So let's cut the crap. How about you think about the fact that you worried about me sleeping with Adam? I was married to Adam. I carried our son. I done been with Adam multiple times. And at the same time, this has happened before. And number 2, how did you get with me, Billy? You cheated on Lily to get with me. So how ironic you want to hold this heavy judgment over me when you mad about Adam. Adam has already been with me several times over. I got a whole kid that came out of me that carries Adam's genes. And at the same time, you got with me cheating on Lily. Maybe you need to sit on that and think about that. And you know what? Give me my cookies back. That's what I would have said. That's the type of, clapbacks that they need to do for some of these storylines. Because it's like, I'm sitting up there looking at both Billy and Sally. And it's like, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Give them a dose of their own reality. You know what I'm saying? Yes, let's get the likes up. It's 33 likes and we got 70 people in the chat. Thank you, Melissa. Yes, exactly. It supports the channel and it pushes the content forward. But yeah, that's exactly what I would have flipped the script. I usually flip the script at the end of the week. I might have to remember that for Friday. But yeah, I would have called it out. Like, look, dude, I don't know what you mad about me sleeping with Adam. I got a whole kid with this man already. I didn't slept with him for years before you. I slipped up after you. And then you got with me because you cheated on Lily. So let's stop the crap right now. Anyway, moving on. Chelsea left, of course, to go over to the GCAC where I talked about, the whole thing with Connor. Phyllis came in and had some news. And she told them that they might be trying to take some of the IT talent, Abby and Devon, take some of the IT talent over the Winters. And so I wanted to give you the heads up and blah, blah, blah. And she could, she gave her pitch. Now, let me back up a little bit because Abby is real comfortable over at Winters right now. She gonna say, what did she say to Phyllis at Society? Oh, I know you're not angling for a job over here at our company, Winters. And I'm like, ma'am, I get it. You about to marry him, but you settled in real comfortable over there. When you were the same girl that was actually voting against Devon about 4 or 5 months ago, when y'all were at Chancellor. But anyway, I digress. But going back over to Abbott Chancellor, Billy said, you know what? I'm going to make you second in command. And the look on Phyllis's face was like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do it. You finna give me a job as COO? Sure, why not? But Billy has caveats. He said, I don't want you to question my decision. You just basically do what I tell you to do. And give me your insight or, if I ask for your advice. And I'm like, so you want an assistant? And I guess the COO does kind of sort of work as an assistant, if that's what you want to call it. But, yeah. I'm like, okay, let's see what Phyllis can do. The last job Phyllis had was over at Chancellor Winters, but that didn't last long because Daniel got fired and she left in solidarity with her son. So now that she's back, and that's why a couple weeks ago I was saying how she really hasn't had a job since the Grand Phoenix, and a lot of people were saying, oh, she worked at she worked at Chancellor Winters, and I'm like, barely. She was there a hot second because Daniel was in and out the door. So, I guess you can count the little stint at Chancellor Winters, but I want to see what Phyllis can do, especially with Lily and Victor and Nikki coming for Chancellor. I'm here for that. I want to see how that storyline goes. You know what I mean? So I want to see what she can do, and I can't wait because there's that preview that we saw on Friday, where Phyllis, and I'm assuming that's probably tomorrow's episode. I'll find out this afternoon. But this is where we see Phyllis tell Lily, meet the new COO of Abbott Chancellor. And she gonna run and tell Victor, she gonna run and tell Devon, she gonna run and tell everybody. And you know what, Lily, you about to be the odd man out. Because if Victor don't get that company, you're out of a job, ma'am. They're not gonna give you a job at Newman. You're still out of a job. You don't work at Abbott Chancellor, and I don't see Victor giving you a job if this deal falls through. So you're screwed. You might as well just go on, crawl over to the Winter side. That's if Devon and Nate will have you over there. But knowing Devon, he'll probably have a door open for her. Kit Kat says Phyllis cannot be trusted. You don't care for Phyllis or Billy Dewan? I don't blame him. Phyllis can be trusted. Billy is a serial cheater. Yes, Jacqueline, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it seems that he's the only one that can cheat and then ask for forgiveness. Exactly. Kit Kat says one kid Connor. I don't know about the other part. I'm still waiting to see what that's about. And Billy and Sally. Yeah, I do, but I'm not even interested, Shirley Christopher and Billy and Sally. I'm not interested in that. I'm like, okay, whatever. Honestly, in my opinion, I think Sally needs to go back to LA. Put her back on Bold. She would really bring an opposing side to at least Steffy. because they both have fiery personalities. V Carter, yeah, I get it. That's the title, but Billy has put stipulations and caveats on what she could do. Yeah, so I get it. You know, she has to be able to run the operations of the company. But yeah, Billy has said, I ain't don't you can't your hands is tied. You only gonna do what I want you to do. We got 38 likes up in here. I don't know why I have to say this every day. Hit the like button, you guys. It's 85 of you in here. Alright. Let us move on. We are done with Y&R. We're going to switch over to the Bold and the Beautiful. We had a conversation with RJ and Finn, and I thought that was cool. I like the fact, there's some things I don't agree with Finn in this episode, but I like the fact that Finn actually called, RJ over to say, hey, I want to see how you're doing. This whole thing with my cousin, Lunatic Luna, are you okay? And I thought that was really cool of Finn to have a conversation, with RJ. Was it a little bit of a filler scene? Maybe. But I thought it was cool. It was nice. Yeah, it was nice. I just say that. Yeah, Kit Kat, she need to go back. I really, 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 really think that, she need to go back to Bold. All right, moving on. Because, it really wasn't a lot of substance to me in that whole part of this episode with RJ and Finn. I'm like, okay, that was nice. He wanted to check up on his brother-in-law. So, that was cool. Finn is the new Liam. Girl, who said that? Dewan. Sorry, I didn't mean to say girl. I thought it was somebody else. My apologies. Dewan. It seems like it. Because we're going to talk about that scene too. So back over at Forrester Creations, because on the tail end of that conversation with Hope and Steffy, she was putting, that ultimatum on the table. Like, look, you want to keep your line? Sure, no problem. You better not look, breathe, talk, touch, anything Finn related, or else your line is gone. And in the middle of that, Brooke came in, because there was this other conversation. I'm going to backtrack to that one in a minute. Brooke came up in there telling Steffy to just let it go. What do you mean just let it go? If this was on the reverse and Hope was married and Steffy kissed her husband or tried to seduce him, that Brooke would have been all up in Steffy's face. She wouldn't be telling her to let it go. She wouldn't have told Hope let it go. They would have been all up in her face. And I'm sitting up there like, Brooke, you're trying to act all cavalier about this whole situation when you yourself are telling your daughter to stay away from Finn. You know that she's been talking about him. You know that she got feelings for this man. You know everything that she said about how Steffy don't deserve him. Y'all kindred spirits. All of these different things. But you yourself want to play cavalier. Steph, just get over it. No, she don't have to get over it. And the thing is, Steph still don't know about what happened in the dressing room. And that's Finn's. He left that part out. But he's also keeping that part a secret as well, because he never said anything. He said about the kiss, but he didn't tell Steph what happened in that dressing room. Now, I got to flip to the other side though. Steph, you're being a little bit of a hypocrite, and I know that Liam, well, technically at the time he was still married, but Hope was fiending after Thomas. But you sitting on 2 kisses, and I know that we have been talking about this for the last. That happened in July of 23. So the last 14 months, we've been trying to say when those kisses are going to come out. You're keeping secrets from your own husband. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yes, the secret came out. Finn told you the truth about what happened with Hope kissing him and whatnot, and she's pissed about it. But writers, this is the third opportunity for those kisses to come out. Those kisses could have came out back in the middle of the summer. They should have came out right after it happened last year. And now this is the other opportunity for it to come out right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a lot of hypocrisy going on right here. I mean, I get it. She's mad. And I don't like the fact that they're trying to tell her to get over it. But at the same time, you sitting on some kisses that's been buried for 14 months from your own husband. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I wouldn't be so... And I wish that they would create a scene or something where Hope is maybe... where Liam is... or Steffy is complaining to Liam about, they just take these kisses so lightly. And, and I take this serious and blah, blah, blah. And Liam happens to bring up, well, what happened with us last year. Oh, there's another flip the script. And they have a scene where, Steph is venting to Liam as usual about Hope and what's going on. And she's telling me to get over it. And her mom is taking it lightly. And I didn't like the fact that she kissed my husband. And Liam happened to say, well, I can totally understand that because I know when I kissed you twice, and maybe Hope is eavesdropping or something. Hope, or it would have to be somebody like Hope or Brooke who's eavesdropping and say, what did you say? You kissed Steffy twice and Steffy did not tell her husband? Oh man, I think that would have been a great flip. But I don't know, sometimes the writers, I'm like, it's so many missed opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying in the Young and the Restless episode, there's another missed opportunity here too. So, just my little flip. I know, Cheryl, that would have been, she complaining, she fussing, telling Liam, I can't believe that they're taking lightly these kisses, and I didn't like the fact that, yeah, and I know that too, because, I mean, you really didn't like it, and we kept it quiet about the 2 kisses I planted on you about a year ago. And then she's like, I told you to never speak about that. And Brooke or somebody here and said, wait a minute. You kissed Steffy twice, and Steffy, you kept that from your husband all this time, but you want to talk about my daughter. So, yeah, they don't want them kisses. You don't want the kiss to come out, huh, Blackpink me? Yeah, they need to let them doggone kisses come out. You cannot let Liam kiss that girl twice last year and just leave it hanging. That don't make sense to me. Why did you even do that? All right. This is prime opportunity. Sandra said, except that Finn married Steffy after she slept with Liam, so why would the meaningless... Because Steffy is making a big deal about the kisses that Hope planted. If you gonna make a big deal about somebody kissing your husband, your ex kissed you and you didn't tell your husband. Finn ran straight to Steffy right after that whole situation happened, and he was honest, at least partially, because he didn't say what happened in the dressing room. He was partially honest about what Hope did at that party. Steffy did not give her husband that consideration at all. All right, moving on. We're going to head over to Ildred. Oh, I want to back up. That conversation between Brooke, Taylor, and Ridge. Brooke is still trying to get Ridge to choose. Would you choose me and my daughter over your own daughter? So if Steffy had said, let's end the line, would you let her do it? And I'm like, That's a dumb question, because Rich was the one that started off the meeting saying how bad it was. Steffi didn't open up her mouth until the end. So why are you even asking that question? You should know the answer to that. And just because you giving up the box, Brooke, to Ridge, don't mean that he got to move how you want him to move. He got a business to run. I mean, you wanted him to side with you if Steffi had went the other direction, just because what? You're his girlfriend right now, or his fiance? And I mean, Taylor is like, well, wait a minute. Steffi made a decision. Let it go. And I'm thinking to myself, well, Taylor, you don't know the rest of it, because Steffi is using that as leverage, But yeah, that whole thing was a hot mess. How many likes we got? We got 56 likes and 128 people in here. Let's go, chat. Let's get the likes up. Yeah, so I don't even know what Brooke expected him to say was, well, if Steffi had said take in the line, I would have told her not to. Girl, get your ego in check. This is business. And as a member of the executive team, you gotta think business, and her line sucks right now. Okay? So that whole conversation to me was crazy. Yeah, I know Angela, whenever things not going Brooke way, she goes on a rampage. Hey, Belinda. Hey, Anita. By the way, Steffi overreacted and tinted my new narrative. I don't understand what that means. You didn't get a notification? Check your notifications to see, what the deal is with that. All right. This is where I draw the line with Fan. After everything that just happened, it should have been hi and bye. That's it. He initiated a whole conversation. Now, I mean, she turned around and said, well, at this point, I don't think that, we should talk anymore or be friends or whatever the situation is. And I was wondering if she was going to use this as a way to draw him in. He looks more confused than ever. And I'm like, dude, why are you confused? You want them to be nice to each other. They don't have to be nice to each other. Granted, they want to coexist because they share a baby father, because Beth and Kelly has the same dad. So they have to be mindful of the kids. But for Finn to say, I need the two of you to play nice. I think you're both beautiful and very successful women, and I think you're great. And I'm like, oh no, Finn, don't do this. That's the problem with people pleasers. It's one thing, you got to set boundaries. Your wife nearly walked out. Well, she did walk out on you. Got herself caught up in a whole cage, which was her fault. She got to take accountability for the cage thing, because she didn't have to walk out. But how many times does Finn have to play nice? You knew what just happened, and then you say, oh, I checked to see if Sheila was here. Yeah, and you're good. And he's just smiling, and I really care about you. Dude, this woman obviously has feelings for you. You do not want to say words like, I care about you and I think you are a beautiful woman, because on a person who has interest in you, they can take that and run with it. I wish Liam stopped paying a visit to Finn at the doctor's office. Finn is still acting clueless. I know. It's just crazy to me. Finn, I'm like, Finn, what is wrong with you? You saw Hope. Hello, have a great day. I'm just waiting for the pizza. Bye. You had a whole conversation about y'all playing nice, and then you want to figure out what's wrong with her. She is clearly not trying to talk to you. Because obviously she's thinking about, which we got that flashback. She got that flashback about Steffi telling her and putting her on notice. He's like, well, what's wrong? You know you can talk to me. So I know something wrong. What's going on? I'm like, dude, really? Now, how would you think if Steph walked up in there and saw you initiating that conversation? She would have peeled your head. I'm like, dude, oh my God, Fan, why? Why? I get it. I know you're trying to be a nice guy. But nice, that also means setting boundaries. And clearly Hope is hesitant. And then she just put it, I don't think we should have this type of talking relationship. He should have walked away. Exactly. Y'all are coming in like crazy. Here we go with Fan being clueless, flirting with Hope. Somebody who has kissed you. He's really that clueless. And Cynthia came on to him in the dressing room. Sandra said, now when Steffi gets mad for Finn, some would say she's snarky. Jules said Hope will think she has a chance. Exactly. Look at what she was thinking about, because he was like, oh, I'm buying all this food for the nurses. He's doing the nice guy thing. And she is just, oh man, she's in fantasy world right now. All the tantrum he threw in the office about Hope kissing him, and he's still acting clueless. Exactly, Tanisha. But Linda said Finn is not some dumb. He's not some dumb. He's plumb dumb. Sandra said he should have walked away. Instead, he gets Hope, and now she would go after him again. Exactly. I don't know if this helped, but like time. I have been listening last week. Okay, gotcha. Angela Hope says that she's not sorry she kissed Finn and she was planning on going after him again. Hey, Bree girl. Hey. Finn is delusional. Finn is an idiot. Finn is acting like he's living on another planet. I'm tired of writers making Finn and Baker look stupid. Yeah. I'm like, Finn, what's going on with you? Can you not set boundaries? Can you not? I mean, I was so disappointed in Finn. I'm like, you know what? If Steph walk away from you, if something explodes from this, and Steph find out that you told this woman that you thought that they both were beautiful and successful and you care about them, and you're trying to give concern about how she feeling because she not talking to you, you deserve everything that's happening. I said the same thing about Daniel. You want to keep walking into the lion's den, you're going to get bit. Finn, you keep walking this thin line when it comes to this, you're going to get bit. Bree said, I got a lot to say tomorrow night. I reached the level 30 of pistivity. Oh, you like that word. Girl, it's the highest level of pistivity. All right, later. See you later, Vicky. Finn is not going to Hope kisses or not. He'll be mad. The thing is that a lot of this content in that particular scene, that's on him. All he had to say, instead of initiating this whole friendly conversation, and I'm not saying he got to put his head down and go, he could have said, oh, hey, Hope, have a great day. Wait for the pizza and the stuff and go. You go and you trying to figure out what's wrong with the girl, and I really care about you, and you beautiful and successful, just like Steffi. I need y'all to play nice together. Oh boy. And then we got Brooke coming on. I think she'll be probably showing up at Finn's office tomorrow. Yeah. Yep. And that's gonna be if Finn runs to Steffi and say, what are you doing saying that if Hope talked to me, then you're going to cut her line? Are you using that as leverage? I'm just going to be like, you know what, man? Go pack your bags. Go pack your bags. Y'all need to figure out a co-parenting schedule, because at this point, it's like, what for? And especially and the other part of this is, what is Fan going to say back to Brooke when Brooke comes over there and says, I think Steffy is trying to upend Hope's life. I need Finn to give Brooke some pushback and be like, hold on, why are you coming over here with this? Out of all the people you can talk to about Hope's line, why are you coming to me? I ain't got nothing to do with that. And you want me to go run talk to my wife? You know how that's going to look. That's going to put Finn in an impossible position. If Brooke actually expect and make pleas to Finn about this. And we'll get more in detail about that when that episode air. But this whole thing is just a hot mess. Mari, it wouldn't be even if, yeah, I get it. The problem is who told the truth and who didn't. That's the issue. She kept it a secret. Finn didn't keep the kisses a secret. I hope if he take Hope's side, I hope she goes after him in full force. Angela, and that's what he get. If he decide to go on to this whole thing about her coming back to the house saying, what is this about you canceling Hope's line if she talks to me or she can't? I'm going to just sit back and be like, dude, go in there, get your suitcase. Get your suitcase. Get your garment bags. Put together a co-parenting, because this is insane. Now, remember, we still got that other spoiler for the fall out there about Hope's new man. So maybe this is going to flip, or is there some type of underhanded stuff going on where she keeps a friendship or something, and maybe she sidelines and talks to somebody else? I don't know. Exactly, Gail. This whole storyline is ridiculous. Bree said Finn is clinically dumb. I mean, it's something. It's like, dude, what are you thinking? And then to make matters worse, it's going to depend on what happens after the conversation with Brooke. When Brooke show up at the office. If he pushed back at Brooke and said, don't come to me with this mess. I don't want to hear it. Leave me out of it. I don't work for Forrester. I'm not talking to my wife. Then I'm going to be like, okay, kudos. Great job, Finn. On that part. Not on today. But if Finn go and run to Steffy and says, what is this blackmail about her talking to me and you're going to cut a line? Then you know what, Finn? You deserve everything that's coming your way. So that's just my thought. What y'all got at this point? He's going to agree with Brooke. And I hope Steffy kick him out. Girl, Tanisha. Angela says she'll pack his suitcase for him. I wish Steffy would say to Finn that Liam's kisses. I wish she would too. You know what? Since you want to stand up for Hope and what's going on with her line, when this is technically none of your professional business. I don't tell you how to operate on patients. Don't tell me how to run the business. Now, I'm not saying what Steph is doing right, because technically what she's doing is blackmail. I mean, she got leverage. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting, you guys, to see what happens next. And we got 70 likes. That is awesome. Awesome. So yeah, you guys, we got to stay tuned. Tomorrow is Wednesday. So of course we have our midweek chat with our girl Bree, who is currently in the chat. One of my co-hostesses, and one of the moderators. And I know she got a lot to say. She is not happy with Finn right now. I don't blame her. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see this conversation when it comes to Brooke and Finn. All right, you guys, this is the end. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you're notified every time a video is been posted. And I am T from Soap Corner Talk. And until the next one, we'll see you all soon. Bye, Soapies.